today's forecast. Looking real. That ain't got shit to do with me. Ish.
Listen, I'm gonna need some people to take some petty advice and learn that some ish ain't got ish to do with them. Okay, they just need to mind their business, drink their water, and mind their business. Hello. Welcome back to another round. I'm your host, Jay. We're back with Summer House Martha's Vineyard, season 2, episode 8. You know, I should have labeled this drink your water and mind your business because that's what some people need to do. But however, we got Natalie, the PI for hire, and Bria um unhappy with her situation, so she just gonna make everybody else life miserable as well with hers and stuff like that. Poor little Milo. We gotta free Milo somehow. If you guys are new here, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a regular, and please excuse me, I'm trying to breathe through this because I got a little cold. But if you're a regular, go ahead and throw some hearts in the chat. Please show me some love. Let me know that you're here. We're gonna get started on this episode because, child. mm, I done had it. Me and Nick done had it with these people. Okay, I'm right with Nick in this episode. I'm pissed off with the highest festivity with Nick. All right, that's what we're gonna be. Let me bring my girl up with me here. You know, yes. Oh, damn it, that's what I was gonna label this episode. Shots fired, and if Bria's visa love relationship has expired. That's what it was supposed to be. Damn it. Now you reminded me, Elsie. You with the shot glasses, you reminded me what it was supposed to be. I was sitting there for the longest. I was like, damn it, because Natalie done messed it up. Want to be all up in people's stuff. Shoot. Else they doing poor little Nick wrong, child. I'm over here. I'm like, damn it, Nick just trying to thrive in the relationship and figure out why is it taking him so long to answer. Why is it taking him so long to get married to the girl? Here y'all are. See, it's gonna postpone this marriage a little longer. Y'all keep messing with it. Leave him alone. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So Sean Lake, child, is that even a real question? Y'all know Shine. Y'all know Shine. I don't even know why y'all asked that question. Okay, people ain't gonna piss me off. People trying to piss me off like they try to piss Nick off, but it's only gonna be one of us. One of us being pissed at a time. So Nick got it for me. All right. How you doing, Elsie? It's a happy Tuesday to you, girl.
I'm good. It is good Tuesday. I'm with Nick as well. I'm with Nick, and I'm sorry, Natalie can't be invited next year. She got to go.
Yeah. Amir can go with her.
He can. He certainly can because he ain't picking up on cues. He can't drink and hold his liquor. The only reason to keep Amir around is to make sure the trash goes out. And Preston and his dude got that now.
Yeah. 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 I was trying to figure out what drink to give this episode or whatever, and I just figured that at this point right now, we taking all shots and no chase. Okay, we just taking all shots, no chase up in this episode because this one it was just I don't know, I don't know. It just and then I'm the shot I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it Johnny Walker Black. You know what I'm saying? Strong and wrong. Okay, just strong and wrong.
Wait a minute. I like Johnny Walker. Wait a minute.
It just be wrong, baby. That should be. You know what? No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna even go harder than that. We just gonna get some good old fashioned moonshine. That's exactly what this is. This is a damn moonshine episode. We just gonna get it, some good old potato moonshine. It's real.
That
That's what I'm saying. And something that just doesn't go down easy. Like, ugh.
well, it is part of Amir's roots.
It's not going down easy. All right. Except when the Natalie's in charge. Because when Natalie in
Woo.
charge, Amir bow down real quick. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. So last night on Kojo's live and the sync live that we had about Never Ever Met. It was a part in there where, Aaron H didn't stand up for Diamond. And we know how we be wanting our men to stand up for us and all this stuff like that. Listen, I need Amir to stand down.
Or lay
I
down.
need Amir to stand down. I know we be wanting them to stand up and they need to at times, but I need Amir to just keep it on mute if he not helping the situation. And he was not helping. In my eyes, he was not helping the situation. You're fueling Natalie to go and do the stuff, the foolishness, the fuckery that, like, I'm sorry, my French is coming out early in this episode. However, you're putting a battery in her back, like, yes, you should do it, and then want to be like, well, is he mad at you? Is he this? Is he that? Listen, little gossip girl, calm your little nerves down, okay? I need you to sit to the side and tell your lady stay out of people's business and be happy over here with me. And stop wearing these got daggone long pajamas in the summer. Shit. I'm getting mad again.
You know what I see with Amir? Amir is that single friend that finally is in a relationship and thinks they know everything about relationships. They figure that they can stick their nose into everybody's relationships and help make it better because they are finally in a relationship. Not even seeing how the stuff ain't clean in his own backyard. But he is like, yeah, tell him, full disclosure, have everything open. Amir, some things you need to just mind your business. Mind your business. And, ladies, I'm going to put this on you. Natalie ain't part of the girls' club. You should already watch what you said around her. She is the girlfriend of one of your friends. She ain't part of the girls' club. That's different. Once she proves herself, then she could be part of the girls' club. But other than that, I would have watched my mouth around her because she could be carrying news.
Boop, she done proved herself. Y'all better not say nothing else to her. Y'all better not say nothing else to her. And Tasia, that ain't your friend. That ain't your friend, because the way that she did try to pull you to the side was tacky and terrible. Because why would you still try to pull me to the side and I ask you what it's about and I just want to give you a heads up?
In front of everybody. Pull me to the side when everybody else is going to the car. Say, hey, girl, I need you to fix something. Tie me up in the back of my dress. Let me fix your dress. And that's when we have a moment.
Come to the restroom with me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about the bike ride real quick. Anything else? But in front of my man, you're going to sit here and let me give you a heads up. So you already trying to plant a little seed. And please don't act like your relationship is perfect while you over here trying to meddle in mine. Please don't, because you got to hold the case of belittling your old man in front of the company. You think that's cute. So don't worry about mine. Don't worry about, and don't mess up the security of mine because you're insecure. Because technically you're insecure in your own relationship because you got to sit quiet on the phone trying to hear what is going on in the background instead of having a conversation with your man. So all you insecure heifers, keep your madness to yourself. Don't come over here with the BS. I don't want it. I don't need it. Let me be insecure on my own. I don't need your help. Some people, man, doing enough jobs on their own. We don't need your help. Okay. Shanice?
Why do you feel the need to tell me I'm going to see it? I'm going to see it. It's filmed. Natalie, leave it alone. It will be shown. It will be shown.
This show ain't even about you, Natalie. Go. Please go play with Milo. You actually get more camera time if you play with Milo. Okay. And Shanice, ma'am, ain't nobody hitting on you as much as you showing your at TNA. You showing TNA, and ain't not one time somebody hit on you. And if anything, if I was Tasia, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm gonna get your name wrong. Okay, if I was Tasia, I would go off on you. Why you keep putting your TNA all in my man's face every 5 seconds? He don't have nowhere to look because you shaking it all in his face. You got your bra all up into his face or whatever. But he's supposed to keep his eyes to himself. You know he in a relationship more like actually more than half the men in this house is in a relationship. However, you're the most nude person in here trying to tell somebody that they need to keep their eyes to themselves. Why are you nude if you don't want nobody looking? If you were a nudist on a regular basis and you just walked around naked, then nobody will pay attention to you. And then, it wouldn't be nothing. But you're doing things purposely for people to watch you. And then you're going to sit here and say that he shouldn't look at you. His eyes, he be touchy feely with his eyes. And Bria, sweetheart, you going through stuff with Simon. You should focus over there instead of trying to deflect and sit here and talk about, well, if somebody throws it at him while he's in that state, he probably will. Well, you know what, man? Most men probably will while they drunk in that state. That's how they get caught. But that's not your place to be sitting here saying that or whatever, because maybe your man might do that while he's drunk, because your man does a lot of things while he's drunk. Like embarrass you every 5 seconds. So I'm gonna need everybody with these stones in their hands just to drop them because they living in glass houses themselves. So just put the stones down, back away from the rocks before we start throwing them. And then y'all want to sit here and talk all this mess and then act like you don't know what y'all said. I didn't say you said that. I didn't say you was touchy feeling. Well, the playback shows that was a lie. I'm about tired of you heifers. You know what? I've been snappy all weekend because I don't like being sick, but heifers is being pissing me off. You heifers is pissing me off, okay? Oh, I'm gonna take a break again. I'm gonna drink my water and mind my business for a second. Go ahead and he'll see it.
Um, I don't know in what world, if you're walking around exposing yourself, nobody isn't going to look at you, especially if they're dressed. And every angle of the camera, I'm sorry, Shanice, it's every episode you're unclothed. They're going to look. They're going to look. Even if they're looking your direction, they're going to see only what you display. And if you're comfortable displaying like that, you also have to be prepared for those who may be uncomfortable with it. We have not seen anyone say, hey, Shanice, that's a little too wild. They're doing the same thing they did with Jordan when she snaps, oh, that's just Jordan. Oh, that's just Shanice. She just, that's how she is. The thing is with Bria and Simon is I feel like both of them talk to each other, but they don't listen. They don't adjust. They don't want to do what their partner is asking them to do. It's like, even if you don't understand why fully, if your partner says, don't wear the flamingo, just don't wear it. Don't wear it. I understand when we get to that part why Bria is more testy with Simon. But again, Simon, if you're told not to wear the flamingo outfit, don't wear it. Just don't wear it. That's it. Your spouse has asked you. The fact that she said, I told you it's a black tie event. I don't know what black tie event anywhere would appreciate a flamingo outfit. He doesn't understand how he's making Bria look, and people is like, see what you get when you cross to the other side. See what you get.
I'm saying we need to just lock up the liquor cabinets when certain people is around. That's all, We just got to lock away the liquor because my guy gets liquored up and starts doing wild things. Last year, he was jumping in the hot tub and have it with his suit on, his suit. And mind you, this is again at another one of Nick's events last year. Fully dressed down to the nines, and he's jumping in the pool acting a fool. This year we in the flamingo outfit. But again, going back, Bria, your man is wilding out under drinks too. So let's stay focused on that. Don't worry about Tasia man. That ain't your man. Shoot, I don't even know if that's actually your friend. So don't worry about him. That is not y'all to be gossiping. And like you said, y'all shouldn't be telling too much of y'all girl code stuff or your little stuff around a new person, a stranger. Y'all don't really know. See, she done got you all in trouble and backpedaling and pee popping on the fence because now Nick mad and he addressing it. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna give a half apology because half of it was still true and half of it wasn't. Okay, because she still didn't go directly to Nick before she went to Preston. But however, the playback did show Jordan telling him several times, Nick, several times, please move back and back away. And for the fact that the two people who made the initial complaint, he went and had a conversation with. Shanice, why did you jump yourself up in that? You weren't even part of that conversation. It was Jordan, Summer, and Preston who had the conversation. You inserted yourself like you keep inserting your body parts in people's faces. It wasn't about you, ma'am. So I don't know why y'all want to rehash it. He talked to the people he needed to talk to. He made sure things was good between them, and he got to understand it and left it alone. We have not seen since that time they had that conversation that Nick has put his hands on anybody else since then. Outside of that one picture that they all took together, which usually is going to happen, he going to hug two girls on the other side of him. But you, Shanice, was throwing yourself all at him during the Freaknik party. Every 5 seconds, ooh, Nick, uh-huh, Nick. And he wasn't paying you no daggone attention. Okay. And Bria, just because he said, let me take you out and it's me and you or whatever, he just give you a little compliment about your daggone booty that is not that big. You the one who's screaming, I got a dog, girl. Okay. All right, girl. He just trying to pump you up a little bit more. And you take me out to Nobu. Okay, I'll take you out to Nobu. That does not mean he is flirting with you. What in the white? Oh, Lord, let me bring Sean up. Hey, Sean.
What's up?
Child, I'm going on a whole full rant because these ladies have pissed me off.
Yeah, I hear you. I was like, ooh, Lord, let me hurry up and get myself together here for Jay cuss me out too.
I'm pissed with Nick. Me and Nick in this together.
Hey. I just don't understand what they meant with, him putting his hand around over their shoulder and holding the waist. And I'm like, that's normal. That's the picture you took. It's Noel's description makes it look more salacious than it is.
I don't want my man. First of all, you got to get a man. Okay. First of all, you got to get a man to keep a man. No.
Jay, get one that wants you back.
Okay. Clarification. But we were talking about the rules of the man.
My grandfather used to call people touch-me-nots. So, that was a saying he used to say when all the kids would be at the house playing and somebody's like, he hit me. Stop being a touch-me-not. So all the ladies are a touch-me-not. They don't want to be bothered. So Nick has to understand the rules. The ladies are a touch-me-not. They don't want to be bothered, Now, look, I think that Nick has to read the room. Obviously, there's a little bit of truth to what's going on, but I don't know why Natalie thought that she was going to be the one to deliver the messages. I don't know why. Sometimes, that was production too, had a little piece in that. You got to tell the producers, yeah, no, get somebody else to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be me. I ain't going to be out here looking crazy. And then she's getting up there, tapping, I keep wanting to call her Tasia on the shoulder. And, yeah, but I got to tell you, I was thoroughly embarrassed for her and happy that Tasia was like, yeah, I'm leaving. So keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah, don't ruin my flight home.
And she
She
was like,
knew.
but you know, in her head, she was like, Nick, because Nick was looking nervous, more nervous than a hooker in church. She was like, we will talk about this when I do get back home. Trust
Yeah, but I'm just saying that was BS because none of those ladies had the experience, and he already talked to the ladies that had the experience with him.
Yeah, I think there was a little truth to it, Jay. I'm sorry.
Where's
There
the
was
truth,
there was a
though?
little something. It's one of those things where I think the ladies collectively, that's just who. I mean, first of all, the way he was hiding Tasia last season.
That's y'all like to hold people account for some past things and shit like that. Y'all gotta let that stuff go sometimes or whatever.
Sometimes, but I'm just saying that there seems to be a little bit of evidence that he can be handsy, and some
And
guys.
he addressed those people. He
I
addressed those people.
understand, but if that's the general consensus, that there's some truth to the way that he navigates and he moves around. Doesn't make it not true. They shouldn't have done it that way. You know, whoever else, if people had opinions, they should have taken it to him. But trying to go to his girlfriend and tell her and put him on Front Street wasn't the right way to go and handle that. But you know, I definitely think Shanice needs to sit this one out for sure. Because
Shanice, all four of them ladies need to sit it out because none of them ladies had the problem. It was Summer and Jordan. He addressed it with Summer and Jordan.
Yeah, but I think you're just saying that's one thing. But they've all had experiences, and even when they ran back and did the clips, you saw little things. You saw when he had his hand on what's the woman's name? Noelle's. You know, if somebody has a thought and a feeling, that's their right to have a thought and a feeling. The way they went about it, I think, is incorrect.
He had his hand on Noelle what?
When they were taking a picture, he had his hand on her waist.
That's handsy.
If she didn't like where his hand was placed, that's her right to say it, and she should have addressed it with him in the moment.
But then in the moment, she says it's not a big deal.
Well, obviously it was something to talk about. So my point is, whatever they were feeling about his actions, they should have addressed it. I don't think they're lying. I think it's exaggerations and it's exaggerated things that should have been talked about. It's not like we can say, oh, it didn't happen, it's non-existent. No, I think whatever you thought, just like when Preston was talking with Amir or whoever else, he said the problem is people don't address their issues with the person, they talk to other people. And I think that's what should have happened in this instance, is if they had a problem or if they were getting a general feeling about Nick and the way that he runs around, they should have said it to him directly.
And he gave them the space right now to say it to him directly, and they're backpedaling.
Look, and that part, I'm with him on it. I think they shouldn't have handled it. They shouldn't have taken it to Tasia. I mean, look, everybody has a right to their opinion. I'm just saying, I think that there is some truth to it. I'm not going to say like, oh, it just is non-existent. There's no problem. They're just making things up. I don't think they were making things up. I think there was some truth to it. They had their little gossip conversation or whatever they were chatting about. And they shouldn't have talked about it in front of Natalie. And they shouldn't have, as soon as she said she was going to be the spokesperson, they should have shot her down. They was like, they should have said, do not get involved. We're just having a conversation. We're just talking about things. Don't insert yourself into something that doesn't have anything to do with you.
Do you think they should have given Nick the heads up?
Amir should have definitely went to Nick instead of letting his manager be the spokesperson.
That's what he's used to.
Well, that's why he gonna have problems, and that's why he was sick on the sick and shutting list, throwing up and heaving. He was sick for multiple reasons. Sometimes you get sick like that, there's a couple of things going on. One, because your conscience is bothering you because you threw your boy under the bus. And I think that was definitely bad movement on his part. to send her out to be the messenger and to not give Nick a heads up. Hey, listen, some of the ladies were talking.
My thing is, as Alex said, y'all be telling Nick all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Y'all be talking about him to his face. Now all of a sudden, you can't talk to Nick to tell him you're uncomfortable. I don't get it. All of a sudden, you can't tell Nick he being handsy.
Because it's BS. You can't sit here and put your T and A all up in my face and then tell me that I'm looking too hard. But I'm the one with the problem. I'm the one disrespecting my relationship. But if that's what we going with, I guess that's what we going with. Because that's crazy to me that a person to sit there, another person that has nothing to do with it, will make a comment and say, oh, if whenever he's like this, if a person wants to go there, he'll go there with them. But there's supposed to be some truth to it or whatever, though it has never been that situation. And when he was in that state and they were in that state, she's the one who said, come give me sleep support. And he denied it. Yet there's supposed to be some truth to the situation. That's what I'm saying. I can't go off of, I'm just there where there's some smoke or whatever, stuff like that, because the smoke is being blown in this direction for no freaking reason from ladies that had nothing to do with the situation when he addressed it with the ladies that actually felt that he was touchy-feely on them.
Because Nick should have gone there.
Bria, Shanice, Noel, none of them have a problem with Nick that they have ever addressed to Nick, to any of the other ladies up until this point. They sitting on this daggone thing in front of Natalie. That's really odd to me. That's really odd to me.
If Nick really wanted to fight dirty, and I would have been like, but Bria, you're the one inviting me to your bed.
But hey.
So you think it's a scheme and a plot? There's no truth to any of it.
All I'm saying is that yes, they may feel uncomfortable, and they may feel that Nick is handsy, but what they're throwing out as handsy doesn't fall in my definition. His hand on your waist for a photo, or his hand over your shoulder with the liquor bottle, pretending to be Tupac 2.0, is not, for me, handsy. What he was with Summer and Jordan, yeah, I can see it. But taking a picture, even putting your hand on my waist, ain't handsy. But that's just my threshold for handsy. But again, if Nick is my friend, there's nothing I can't tell Nick, including that his fart stinks. And then I can tell Nick, hey, after you talk with Jordan and Summer, we need to talk because you're handsy with me too. That tells me y'all ain't as friendly as y'all make it seem. Because my friends, I could tell you anything, including about yourself, in private or public.
If things is as true as they say they seem, I don't understand how we couldn't stand on 10 when we was asked about it right then. Everybody pee-popped and jumped the fence. Bria, I didn't say anything about you. I didn't talk about you. Clip showed that was a lie. Noel, I didn't say nothing that you to actually touch me or whatever and stuff like that. He said, okay, stand corrected. Shanice, I didn't say you was touchy, but you be looking hard. But clip show you're shaking behind right next to him, flashing everybody in the room, and he turns around and looks. But he's the one looking hard. But this is not what y'all told that lady. Y'all didn't tell Natalie this. And then when Natalie stands up and say, okay, well, I'm the one who said that Tasha needs to know. That's the only one that stood on what she said. So if there's a real problem, or if you feel like these are real accusations that you're giving this man, why can't you sit there and say, like Jordan and Summer did, yes, sometimes you do get handsy. They literally said that to him. Because if in their case, it's real to them. These ladies don't have a real problem. They're going off of somebody else's problem. That is a problem.
Here's why I'm I'm on Nick's side too. This could ripple effect into this man's life. This could ripple effect beyond the show. It could go all the way to HR. Even the illusion of anything, if he stands too close to a coworker, it could be, look, see, on this show, he's handsy. So Nick got to nip it in the butt, like right away. And the fact that you can't stand on it and tell him to his face in the group setting, hey, Nick, or pull him aside and say, hey, Nick, this is what I feel uncomfortable with, and you don't stand on it, I think you just putting on drama for a show.
I just laugh because Bria is sitting there want to be. I had to go ask him about Tasia, why he hide his girlfriend, and then this season she want to see her and hide Simon. So there's that. So some people hide their partner for a reason. You should have held Simon and that damn flamingo. Anyways, any more thoughts before we shift this conversation?
Hide the flamingo. Leave Simon.
Should have gave it to Milo and let him tear it up while y'all left the room. Left the flamingo on the ground and let Milo go ham. Any more thoughts before we shift it? You got anything, Sean, you want to say? All right. You know, your empathy is working hard for the ladies. You got to bring it back to the men, though, Sean.
Listen, I had a balanced perspective. I just wasn't all the way over there where you guys are and saying they're all wrong and he's all right. I
don't know. So nobody's put a wrong up in there, though. That's what I'm saying. That nobody put a wrong or right.
What are you saying?
No, I never said Nick is all right or whatever. I said these ladies is wrong in this situation when it comes to them because this has nothing to do with them. The handsy things is not for them. All of their comments never said that he is handsy with me.
Yeah, my thing is, the only perspective that I'm adding is I think that there is some truth that in the way he navigates the house, and it's something that he needs to be conscious of because there is a sentiment of how he navigates things. Now, how it should have been addressed, it wasn't addressed properly. I'm 100% with you guys on that. I think they should have, but I'm not going to pretend and say, oh, I don't think there was any truth to it. I think there's some truth. I think Nick can be a little, and I've seen guys like that. So for me, it's like, yeah, it doesn't make you, you don't need this whole big, arsenal of people coming after you like that. But he needs to be conscious of how he navigates in certain spaces. And that's all I'm saying. But Natalie should have sat it out. I definitely think she was the wrong person, should not be having any conversations because, one, she's not a full-time house member. She didn't witness anything. She had no direct experience. Her only connection is through Amir and her supposed friendship with Tasia, who didn't even want to talk to her. So I think that she should have not been anybody's spokesperson. And I definitely feel like Amir should have given Nick a heads up, like, this is what's going on.
Yeah, Amir is dead wrong. Now, who is dead wrong is Amir. Putting that goddamn battery pack in.
Dead wrong. And unlike Mariah, I feel like Amir owes Nick a completed apology.
Because he started this pot. He started the pot again for another summer.
Stirred the pot, amped his girl up, and didn't give Nick a heads up. Talking about he did it. He already had the conversation. With Nick, he tried to warn them the last time the guys talked to him. So I think he just needs to. That's what I'm saying, because the guys have talked to him too. So I don't think Nick is I don't think he's like, oh, I'm going to just do this to Jordan and I'm just going to do this to Summer. I think that's just generally how he is. Even
the guys
when he
all talked to him in the same instance after Preston, Jordan, and Summer addressed everything.
Yeah, no, I understand. But Jay, my point is, I don't think Nick just targeted, because if that to me would be a bigger problem. I don't think he just targeted Summer and targeted Jordan to be handsy with them. I think generally Nick is kind of like a friendly, fun kind of guy, and he can be a little handsy with women in general. I don't think he just targeted those two women. I think that's just his nature. and he just probably needs to just be a little bit more hyper aware in certain instances. Now, again, I'm excluding Shanice because Shanice is very inappropriate herself and needs to also have somebody needs to sit her down and have a serious conversation with her about the way she navigates herself in the house, because that too is problematic. But I do think Nick kind of is just like a touchy-feely, kind of handsy kind of person.
Yeah, only 2 people said it though.
Hey, yeah, 2 people might have said it, but that doesn't mean that that's just the only 2 people that have experienced it. And obviously the other ladies are saying they've seen things too. So whatever it is, and just like Noelle said, it's not like, oh, it's a big, she's like, it's not like I'm super uncomfortable, but it is something, I've seen it. So he is that kind of person. I don't.
There's Noelle, there's Jordan, there's Summer, there's Shanice, there's Bria, there's Jasmine. 6 women. 2 of them literally said that he's been handsy with them. He literally just asked the other 3, have I touched you, outside of Jasmine, because he know he ain't touching Jasmine. Have I touched you? And every last one of them 3 has said no. I'm not referring to me. So how is this?
Yeah, Noelle said she didn't say he didn't touch her. She said that she was not uncomfortable. She says, you don't make me uncomfortable. But she said he did touch her. So she was touched. My point is, I'm not debating the handsy. I'm saying his actions, the way he carries himself is something he needs to be conscious of. That is, whether it's handsy, whether it's not handsy, or somebody thinks it's handsy, when people have a general perception of you, it may not be your intention, it might not be what you're always doing, but it's something for you to think about. You know what I mean? So that's my point. Is I'm saying Nick needs to be aware and probably be a little bit more vigilant with the way he navigates himself in the house.
Now, these are people, apart from Noelle, that have had long-standing friendships, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have had years together, from college and so forth. I see you would have had this, if this was his nature, I see you would have had this conversation with him way before now.
Yeah, I don't think that's always the case, because sometimes things go unspoken. You know how many times people just do things and people accept it, again, because I think people that know Nick, especially like most of these people in the house don't know him. So people that don't know you are making impressions off of certain things that they see and then / experience with you. So yeah, everybody's not going to address everything that you do that's wrong, or sometimes can, be a particular way, especially your friends. Little things, they're going to let it go. They're going to be like, oh, that's Sean. Oh, I know Sean, so I'm going to let it pass. Until it boils to something that's really large. In this instance, I don't think it's a large instance, but normally friends, they kind of start to accept you like, oh yeah, I know Sean, or I know Sean, he's going to probably be a little rude, but until it's a bigger issue, until I say something that really offends them or super bothers them, then they'll be like, hey, listen, bro, you went too far, but for the most part, people kind of give you that room to, have a little.
Basically, he had this room until he got a girlfriend. And so now that's what's bothering everybody, is he got a girlfriend.
He had a girlfriend.
No, but that's what bothered everybody, because they were fine last year. They didn't say anything last year until they found out he had a girlfriend. And now it's, oh, he doesn't respect his girlfriend. Now he can't touch me because he got a girlfriend or whatever.
But Bria can invite him to her bed and she got a man. But in Germany.
That sleep support was wild. Two things to be true. Two things to be true at the same time. I just don't think like that cancels out that. Yeah, it's something that is also problematic, and we talked about it. But I don't think one cancels out the other. I just don't. I don't fall in the same. I'm not following the same line of thought and process that you guys are saying. Like, I'm not angry. Like, it doesn't, like, it's a show. You gotta be alert that how you show up on TV, how you show up in a group of new people, it's gonna be highlighted. I'm sure that if you put me on a show, people are gonna have some things that I'm gonna do that are gonna rub them the wrong way. And guess what? It's gonna get magnified. And in this instance, I think a little something that he does need to think about got magnified.
It just to me smells like a false accusation that could snowball.
Oh yeah, no, there is danger in it, and I'm glad he checked them. You know, he needed to check them. He needed to have a sit down. You know, this was the appropriate time for him to have a house meeting, like he did, and sit everybody down and let's get this on the floor and let's talk about it right now. So I'm in full support of how he said let's just air this out because there's too much talking, you know, around stuff, talking to other people before it even got addressed with me. You're gonna take it to my girl, and now it's causing problems. So I'm with him 100% on let's just get it all out on the floor right now.
Well, let's talk about how he can't get it all out because Bria wants to get out the room before he can. So, because she deflects and does everything and starts getting loud and then tone checks and police people every chance she gets so she can get up out of the situations. That's your little thing.
Yeah, I couldn't cape for her this episode though. I couldn't cape for her this episode though, because you can't be doing all that yelling and screaming, and then as soon as somebody says something you don't want to hear, you're storming out with Milo in your arms. There has to be a better way. And it looks like she's gonna be screaming and yelling and tussling with Amir next episode. So I think Bria she got to figure it out. Like, people got to be able to talk to you. People got to be able to address things with you. And you have to be able to sit down and have conversations and not run and hide when it gets hot.
It seemed it got hot in Germany around his family, where she said they had made some very crude remarks about her being a darker skin tone.
Yeah, she's wild for that. He's wild for that, rather, allowing that to take place. And if that's the way his family thinks, I don't know how she's going to feel comfortable living there or think that she can still have I don't know. To me, when I heard that, it's like, I don't think y'all are going to work out. Like, that's too many hills to climb, too many hurdles. And if he still doesn't get it, and he actually took that scenario and threw it back at her, saying she behaved inappropriately at the event, and it wasn't until she expressed what actually took place that we saw that we heard what actually happened. Yeah, I think look, I think it's time to end. I think it might be like, hey, listen, you and me, we just are never going to understand each other. That's a big fundamental difference for them to have to and it's going to keep coming back and it's going to keep resurfacing, which is why I think the flamingo thing was such a big deal to her. Now, most of the guys was like, it's not a big deal. Even Nick was like, oh, I get it, I don't care. But for her, I think that's the biggest problem is like Simon is not in tune to her, because for her, this is an example of I've asked you to respect me, my friends, my culture, my boundaries, and you're ignoring it and doing what you want to do in spite of what I've asked you to do. So I just think they need to wrap it up, because it doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. It just means you guys are not a good mix together, because fundamentally he doesn't understand you, and technically you don't understand him. I don't think she should have to, by the way he was acting. You know what I mean? Like, they just need to wrap it up.
I don't know. I don't think Nick wasn't mad at him because of that. Nick was just mad at more stuff at the time. Didn't think about him. I mean, he gave him an apology or whatever. However, with the situation, am I going to say they need to wrap it up? That's not my call. She want to stay with that man, it is. But they do have to have a lot more conversations, because it wasn't just the family. She got into it with somebody at the club where they pushed each other. Some other lady told her, you need to go back to your country. It's the whole environment that he happens to reside in, it sounds like. And I'm saying all of Germany is like this because I know it's not. But there are sectors of different places of the world that does hold space for race, especially against Black people. So they're going to have plenty of conversations on what does protecting me look like when we encounter these spaces, and including your family. So if she wants to continue to go there, we gotta hide and lock the liquor cabinet up and have some sober conversations. Because no, seriously, it sounds funny, but talking to him when he's drunk is not going to help, which is almost all the time, because we every time we see him, he's with a bottle or something in his hand or whatever. And we need just really to have some sober conversations about if we're going to have a real future together. You know, mom had somehow talked her into letting him stay the rest of the time, and then she somehow talked herself into staying in a relationship with him because she says, "Oh, he's the one who, you know, when I'm wrong, he takes me back and he gives me second chances." Well, ma'am, there'll be a lot of people that give you second chances. Clearly, your friends keep giving you second chances, second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever. There's other people, but if this is where you want to be, y'all gonna have to have some real conversations, some real heart to hearts, not on camera, not with anybody else, just you two really understanding the nature of what's going on. And he might need to stay some time out here in the States, because I know different parts of the world they don't view the race as strongly as we have it over here. So he might need to spend some time and get familiar with Black culture in America.
I think Bria also need to realize you can't fight the world. You are in those spaces, or any space. You can't fight the world. You cannot fight for every, as I'm going to use the words they use with her, you can't fight for every Indigenous person. But what you can do is that person has revealed themselves with that statement, and you bring it to Simon, since that's his folks, and then watch how he behaves. He cannot be the armor for every battle, because sometimes he may not even know where it's coming from. But you can see what it is. Hey, Simon, I need you to go handle that, please. And see how he handles it, if he handles it. But being in those spaces, there's a whole bunch of stuff that'll happen, and you putting your hands on someone, even if they put their hands on you because of your reaction. And I used to tell my kids all the time, you're on the playground, something happens, the teacher doesn't see what happened to you, they see your reaction to it. So just, unfortunately, you got to be like, okay, I'm going to take this someplace else. She shouldn't have to fight these battles, but since there are folks out there still looking at Indigenous folks differently, sometimes the battle gonna come to you.
I just think that comment is wild, you know, asking, telling him she didn't know that person, like, that's just ignorance to the next level. Saying that where is she indigenous to? Like, what is it's like, what is your scope of what people of color are, what they're like? And there are plenty of people of color in Germany. They're not the majority for sure. I was born there, have been back there. So that person's frame of reference is wild. And if Simon didn't check them, I'm not sure what to say. And which is why I say, like, I think fundamentally it's too much of a hill to climb. And Simon may be one of those people. You hear people that say, "Oh, I don't see color." Like, once you say that, it's like that's too pervasive of a layer to try to pierce through to help people understand race and understand people of color and the challenges that we've had. You want to be in a whole relationship with the person, and he doesn't even live in this continent. It's too much. She's breaking up with him every other weekend, talking crazy to him on a good day. Like, what are we fighting for? What do we really have? And I think sometimes people just are in relationships for the sake of relationships. So when you start peeling back the onion, what do you really have? Like, what is the connection? Okay, he takes you back when you make a mistake, but fundamentally, you two are on the complete different page. He has put you in literal harm's way where somebody in his family, his friendship circle has put their hands on you. And then when you guys go back to have a conversation around it, he says, you acted inappropriately. Like, how are we going to unpack that? You know, meanwhile, you ask him to, you know, hey, listen, this is a very important event. We're honoring one of, you know, Nick's friends who passed away. It's important. It's important for me. I don't want you to do X, Y, Z, leave the suit. He gets drunk and does whatever he wants to do. It's like, how do you don't come back from those things? It's just a continuum of chaos, a continuum of unhealthy instances in a relationship. It's like, let it go. Realize these are all red flags for a reason. It's not going to just stop. You two are not well suited.
The true red flag is the drinking, because I think that's why he's missing those moments that she's having with people and chalking it up to it's just her. Because, like I say, every time we see Simon, he's basically intoxicated. We rarely get a sober moment with Simon. I think the sober we got this season is him walking into the house when he first got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's what one of his biggest issues, because we're never going to be able to get down to the gist of it if we're not in a space of actually conscious listening and having real conversations. And, you know, we have already seen it, like even with Amir trying to have a drunk conversation with a drunk Simon. Like, what are we doing right now? Talking about, I'm trying to have a man on man with a woman. Like, we're not making sense when we're consciously not there. So one, we got to put down this bottle. We got to get Simon away from the bottle first to even make him aware of the things that are going around in his environment when Bria's around. You know what I'm saying? So make him aware of how she is actually feel when he's embarrassing her at Nick's events. When he's doing these things, she's asking him not to. When she says not to do these things and he still hears, oh, I thought it was a pool party. Where did you hear it was a pool party and you getting down in a 3-piece suit? Like, sir.
Oh, remember, that was Amir and his drunk antics saying that I'm going to have a man-to-man with a woman.
I know Amir who said that. That's what I'm saying.
Simon was actually sober. He was sober in that one moment. He was like, he sobered up. He was like, what?
Yeah, but that's because Amir was drunker than he was. But at that moment, at the end, he still had the glass in his hand, still drinking there, and then got in the bed with a whole bottle. So I'm just like, y'all need to be sober, admit. Y'all need to have a sober summer. Y'all need to go ahead and be sober. Y'all just joined Alex, Jasmine, and Summer now that she's sober-ish for the moment.
How long that last?
For the night. It was for the night. We'll see. We'll see.
Jasmine thought she had a partner.
She had a sober living room.
It might be short term. She might have a short term friend in sobriety.
Yeah, well, you know.
But that also tells me Bria and Simon don't know each other
at all.
They don't know each other, because I'm sure with your significant others, you know, I know it happens to me a few times. Somebody would go to my husband and said, hey, El Cid said this to me or whatever. And he would be like, okay, well, what did you do to her? What did you do that prompted that response? Or he just say, that's just her. Why are you tripping? So they don't know each other. To even say, like, when Bria reacted, he didn't know Bria to say, like, okay, something would have happened to cause her to react this way.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of hard to get to know somebody when you live in one country and they live in another and stuff. And you spend those few times, because in those few times, it's just, we're in just that romantic bliss of just anticipating seeing each other again for that little bit of time. And then we're back home. I'm back home. So I don't know. They gonna stay together though, Sean. So there's that. They can for now. They're still together. Technically, right now, according to somebody's page, they still together. So we're gonna have fun with it. Anyways, moving on to Summer in her sober sobriety living room. She was joined by almost everybody, even Alex using her bathroom. But she lets us know that she's been wilding out a bit and she's feeling some guilt for not being there for her Nana's surgery. Yeah. I don't know what to say on that. I don't know. Yeah, I think this will last one more day. They got one more episode for the finale, but they got about 4 more days left. I guess they're gonna squeeze off 3.5 days into this thing. Bambi, don't start. They're gonna squeeze 3.5 days into this last episode. So we're gonna see. She can be sober till the end. Votes? Any votes? Taking offers?
I wouldn't bet on it. It looks like she's gonna have yet another meltdown. She's another one. She got a lot going on. Now, if she needs to leave, I don't know. I think if she's going to continue to be volatile, it's probably not a safe space for everybody with her around the way she acts. So if she can't get her emotions together and sort through some of the pain that she has to deal with and stop lashing out at people, she needs to understand her boundaries and maybe sit this one out. Or take the off season to really do some real deep healing.
I think the stress of grandma is going to make her go off again drinking. But, if she were to leave to go tend to her grandma, she can't do it drunk. So Summer needs to decide who Summer is and how she's going to present and show up. Around her friends, she's drinking, and I'm sure she's not heavily drinking if her Nana needs her. So, but I don't hold out much hope if she stays there that she's, going to do any better. And then I think maybe, as Sean said, if she takes the time to do work, maybe she doesn't need to be there. Maybe next season she doesn't need to be there either. That's not the place for her.
I was confused on the comment. Is she not coming back next season? Is that what she's talking about? Because I'm like, girl, it's 4 days left. You can go home. You ain't missing much of nothing. You'll be fine. A little bit of paycheck. That's it. Shoot. I guess she needs more camera time because Lord knows she needs a paycheck. But Jasmine and Jordan bond over bike riding. How'd y'all feel about, the ladies trying to bring it back together?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. They said it all. I'm sorry. Jordan really ticked me off on this one. I'm sorry. This is where I got the strength in the room. Because it's like, oh, well, now that Silas is not here, I have my friend back. And, she can finally be herself. But it's like the friend that doesn't understand when you're married, the dynamics of the friendship is going to change. Come on now, Jordan. She's still your friend. How is it going to look if she's, tied up to you rather than her husband? And now here she is going through this phase alone. And you can't even see that this is hard for her to go through this monumental change without her husband present. And you're selfish thinking about, well, I have my friend back. I was like, Jasmine, Jordan ain't your friend. I'm sorry. That ain't your friend. If you can't party and go out with her, she ain't your friend.
Oh. She was teaching Jordan how to ride a bike again. Oh. Sean,
I was going to say something insensitive, but I'll leave it alone. Maybe Jordan needs something else, to help her with her balance.
I ran out of water. I need to get more. Any thoughts on it, John? Well, Sean, any thoughts on Noelle asking Alex about, how does it feel when all the why y'all keep making the same faces?
I didn't even realize Elsa was making that face.
She made that face on the last question about Jordan.
Oh, really? I missed it because Jordan's annoying. It's like that really just, she did agitate me. It's like, just let it go. It's like, this is what I was taught. This is what I wanted. Like, if you hate her husband, just say it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, just let it be. What do you need to change? Like that's the thing that kills me. And I guess maybe like I've always operated with a sense of empathy for people. Even when I remember when my best friend got married, and he had called me. He was like, "You don't even stop by. You don't call." I'm like, "I'm giving you guys space. You just got married." You know what I mean? And at the time, I was single. And we, he was like my brother. Like our families, everybody's close. Like, but I'm like, you're with your wife. This is your time for you guys. Yes, you've been in a relationship, you've been together, but you need that time to bond. You need that time to get through things. You don't need somebody knocking on your door, unannounced. You need a little space to grow and figure yourself out and navigate things. I've like always thought that, like did it feel like, oh wow, he's not gonna, they're not around. Jordan, that's life. Like, get your own life. Do some other things. People are gonna change. Like, I just hate when people want to lock people in to be exactly who they always were. Yeah, she's not gonna be hanging out with you all the time. Yeah, she's not gonna be at the Playboy Bunny penthouse. Yeah, I'm sorry, if I'm married and my wife was a Playboy Bunny, yeah, that might be who she is. I'm hoping she's not gonna continue that forward. And be in that space. It's something that has to evolve. Like, so for me, every time she keeps bringing it up, like, oh, this is the point. Oh, finally, how about just celebrate? I'm really enjoying getting to spend this time with you. Thank you for spending time to show me, a full-grown woman, how to ride a bike, where supposedly this is something we do every summer, but I still don't know how to ride this bike. It's like, come on, Jordan, let it go. Just let it go. How about you change a little bit and see what that gets you? Maybe you can have a husband too. Maybe you can have a functioning relationship too. Woo! How about that?
Wigs throws the balance of the bike riding off.
Huh?
Certain wigs might throw the balance of the bike riding off.
Don't compare her hair. Come on now.
Jay, that's where I was staying away from. I was staying away from that.
Hey, listen, I'm not coming for her hair. I'm just saying, different wigs carry different balance when you don't shift it right, and maybe that was keeping her on the need of, I need a little help on how to ride this bike that we ride every year together. I don't know. Maybe last year they didn't ride it. I don't know.
I'm gonna ride the train. But look, she's such a beautiful girl. Oh man, just be easy, be happy.
Yeah, well, but yeah, the question was back to Noelle and Alex, though.
Sorry, I went on the rant. Yeah, Noelle, it's not gonna be any better with Noelle. Noelle, I just need her to be quiet. Like, girl, go away. It's like, what's with all this unnecessary? Do you wish you had a girlfriend to come here with you too? Be quiet. It's like, you all just come on. Nick did call her out though. Ooh, that I hurt for her when he said, I know you want to be a part of it. It's like, Noelle, we know you want to be a part of everything. We know you want to have something to say to Alex. Just shh. It's okay to be quiet sometimes, baby girl. Just a little silly question. Hush.
Yeah, Nick put that foot on the neck real quick. Had her backpedal real quick. I didn't say that. You should zip it. Yeah. I mean, she just want to see how he feels, if he wanted a little extra attention while the couples was in town, because she can't wait to be able to do these trips with her couple. And, it was making me laugh because I was, the camera people is petty. They got to pan over to Summer every time. Summer drinking that damn thing. She was like, gonna do something like that. Noel, stop. Leave that lady alone. She like he could have had some a couple this year, but he didn't want it. Poor
He
little-
still don't want you, Noel. He still don't want you.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he don't want Noel. He just don't want everybody else to know he want Noel. That's all. Sometimes you just gotta stay between us.
It's like the John Legend song. He don't want all of her. He might want a piece of her. You know what I mean? He might not want all of her. You know? So he don't want to sing the John Legend song for sure.
Just a little something. Not so much, because I don't want you two on me. That's what happened to the last one. She got two on me and had to let her go.
And Noelle looks like a stage 5 clinger. Sorry.
No, she is. She told him, even if we're not together, I want you to know me and pay attention to me. Keep me in the back of your head.
I'll find you. I mean, Alex, I'll find you.
I'm about to get that clip. I'll find you.
Yeah, poor Noelle, because she was already crying from the first day 2. She got to crying over Alex. So as Summer keeps reminding her, if he gets inside of her, forget it. It's gonna be all bad.
Oh yeah, true. I hear you. I hear you, Ari. But that was hilarious. I don't know. Well, there wasn't really much going on in this episode other than, Bria cussing everybody out over Simon for most of the episode. Donald and Preston took over cleaning the kitchen because, yeah, that house was a mess, child. Amir realized he wasn't made for shots, and I just got to ask this question for the safety of us all, because I know the days that I've had something like a hangover, I haven't had the headache part of it, but where my stomach is not right, I just want to take a nap, I want to go to sleep. Why, out of everybody that is there with a license, would they have Amir driving back when every 5 seconds he was supposedly having to throw up at the brunch and the bike ride and all this, but y'all gonna have him be the one drive y'all back home? Ain't no way that he looking the way he was looking this whole time, all morning long, that he is sober now enough to drive me home. Okay, child, look, let that man go in the back and sit down and sleep instead of putting him up there. And let him gossip with his lady like he was trying to figure out, is he mad at you? Is he mad at you? I don't want him to be mad at you. Well, you shouldn't have sent her over there so he can get mad at her. But I'm not about to let the man that did 11 shots the night before drive me any daggone where, especially when he looking like that. Now, maybe Preston, because Preston looked like he was ready to do another round of shots. But
Preston wasn't there.
I know. Preston went to take his man to the airport. But I'm saying that about be about the only one that can be able to drink all them shots the night before and then come back, because every 5 seconds Amir was hunched over, so ain't no way he's supposed to be driving y'all home. That's not the car I would have got in. I don't know. That's just me.
Alex driving Miss Daisy and Amir could barely drive behind Miss Daisy.
Alex was trying to ignore the question that they was asking. He like, I can't, don't ask me. I'm trying to focus on the road.
On his turn.
Like, y'all asking me stupid ass questions while I'm trying to drive. Leave me the. I don't know.
People had the best comebacks. The guys had the best comebacks. Because how's somebody ask you a question and you say, listen, I need to cut this corner?
He said, ask her, because I need to turn the car.
Like, ask Summer, you take it. I'm trying to make sure I make this turn. What?
It sounds like something you would have said, Sean.
Yes.
It leaves the person like, you're like, oh, shoot.
No, I'm focused on the road. I can't concentrate
on
your line of questioning.
I can't answer stupidity at the same time I'm trying to drive.
I love Black people. That is the best way to get out of a question and to make somebody feel dumb all at the same time.
It's like when your grandma used to tell me, close the door, you let my good air out. Like, what?
What? My grandfather, he had another one too. He would be like, and it was just stuff that just doesn't make any sense. But he wanted you to do one thing, but he's gonna make up the reason. He's just like, shut off the cable. That's why the bill's so high.
Right.
Grandpa, the bill is not based on. It's not like a cell phone back in the day. It's minutes. The bill's gonna be the same no matter how long you watch it. It's actually better for you to watch it. It'd be late at night. He's like, boy, go to bed and shut that cable off. You running the bill up. Maybe the electricity bill, but not the cable bill, Papa.
Hey, that's like my grandma with her, the damn water bill. She talk about all these loads. Now you do a full load and stuff. And she talk about you got 3 full loads, mighty 3 full loads. And she talk about this running my water bill up or whatever. Meanwhile, she doing a load a day, 1 piece of clothes. And the old washing machines, not even the washing machines now that calculate the weight of the material to put them out of water. The one that filled it up, no matter how much clothes you put in there, she washing it in that one. Every day she washing an item, talking about you running my water bill up. I said, ma'am.
That makes no sense. Yeah, and my grandfather, he couldn't stand it because I would rationalize. See, that's the worst thing my mother did was teach me how to talk and think and work things through. Because he would be like, after a while, he'd be like, boy, just do what I said. Okay, Papa. But I try to reason with him.
Your grandpa, my grandma must have been tired of us because the day she told me, she was like, yeah. Now, mind you, this is before Trump got into office and all this stuff like that. Before Trump was carrying on doing all he was doing, because she passed away before then. But she was like, if a man ain't got Trump money, you don't need to be messing with him. I said, oh, so he could cheat on me and he could beat on me. Say, there you go. You always talking about it. I just want to see what the rules. That's all I'm trying to see where the rules apply. What should I stand for and what should I shouldn't stand for? There you go. You always got something to say. I'm like, just trying to understand. I want to know what type of man you put me with. He could be rich, but he don't love me. What? Is that okay? Like,
that's it. You got to make it. It has to all make sense. The grandparents, they just wanted to drop their gems of knowledge and just leave us alone. Like, we just giving you these jewels. Don't start sifting through it.
If you catch a fly, it won't bug you. Well, what the hell am I supposed to do with the fly?
What? Catch it and do what? I'm supposed to catch it in my hands, but it's dirty. That would be me. It's dirty. My grandfather was like, oh, boy, you're just nice, nasty. Oh, he would just, all the Southern expressions would come out with him. I would work his nerves, boy.
Oh, child, gotta love it. I miss him.
Same here.
Child, gotta love it. It would be just hours of amusement just trying to decode these sayings. I'm like, I don't know what you say, but it sounds good. And, that's why I love my domino playing self now. I'd be like, nick him, don't cut him. Said all these things. I still don't know who Christine is, but she's a hot toddy. And I'll be like, what? What? So yes, anywho, we'll be out here talking about some old sayings for no reason. Any other thoughts about this episode? Anything that I missed that jumped out at y'all? I don't know, because it's outside of, like I say, outside of the Simon and stuff, it was mostly Simon, Bria, and then the Nick situation for the whole episode. It was a whole bunch of gossip in pockets everywhere. And shoot. And though I agree with Preston is one of the gossiping pockets from time to time too. I'm like, bro, you over here talking about everybody. That's what everybody does. Talk about everybody around everybody and this and that and stuff, but never talk to the person. And it's like, you do it too, Preston, though, because you've been on some interviews talking about Jasmine and ain't talked to Jasmine. So
what about when Nick changed and said, he didn't tell them, but he said, oh, well, his girl doesn't have the bike riding outfit. they're just not going to bike ride. And they were all like, that's one weird couple.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't tell him. I don't know why he didn't tell him. I guess he didn't want somebody to be like, hey, I got an outfit she can wear or something. I don't know.
Because he didn't want to go bike riding. That's what he didn't want to go bike riding.
He was dressed for it.
He said, but he could. Nick has a closet full of clothes and just ran a marathon. Nick strikes me as a guy who is well versed in what to do, and if he wanted Tasia to go bike riding with them, then he would have.
I think he was still a little salty that nobody showed up to his stuff too.
To the track meet, not the track meet, the 5K.
You just said he ran the marathon.
His 5K.
His little track meet.
He did clarify that some people did text him. He did it. He said it on social media somewhere or an interview. Okay. He said some of the folks did text him, but I think he wanted more, and that's why he said, "Me and Tasia, we're gonna look good in our red and white." They look really good. Yeah, they really look so nice. Yeah,
I was like, they had to go somewhere else for a little something before they met these people on this dock looking this daggone good. So I was like, and you know what? I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't want to spend my last couple of hours, because she jumped on the plane right away afterwards, going riding bikes, when I can actually take her out on a nice little date. So I think it was more planned than anything. Like,
again, that's another little, culture trick. You don't want to do something, you just don't, we about to get in the pool. Oh man, I left my swimming trunks in the washing machine. I didn't bring my bathing suit. There you go. You're out of the activity that you really don't want to do anyway. So
like when we was in Atlanta and we were supposed to go live and you didn't have no socks and you had to go and get them.
What? What are you talking about?
Now I know. That's why you had to go to the mall to get the socks.
Shoes.
You went and got $500 socks. You didn't have no socks. That's what you went and get the socks. You ended up buying shoes. You ended up buying shoes while you bought the socks. Don't see.
No, I had socks, Jay.
No, you said you left your socks.
Oh, that's right. You have a great memory.
Yeah.
And you use it for all the wrong petty reasons.
All the wrong reasons.
That's right. I wanted a different pair of socks. It's so true.
End up buying some $500 shoes.
That is true. That's true.
He was sharp though. He was sharp.
I still have them to this day, and I wear them. So
yeah, he was sharp. We ain't mad at him. He came in clean. He was fresh that day. He wanted a reason to go to Lenox City. That's really why.
That's all that was.
That's really what it was.
We're gonna make him a reason to do what we want to do. That's it, Jay. You nailed it.
I
just wanted to go to Lenox Mall, and that's all I did.
That's all.
I don't even go to Lenox Mall.
Look, I wanted the experience. I had never been. I've been to Atlanta a couple of times, but I've never been to Lenox Mall, and I wanted to go.
And he wanted to get away from us.
Apparently.
All of the above is true. Seaway was like, don't, there's too much traffic. I know.
He like, Jay, just take her with you.
That was so funny. She was telling me about the traffic. I'm hoping this traffic.
So it's another Alex excuse. Like, yeah. I don't want to talk to y'all. I need some socks.
He threw the socks in the trash real quick. I ain't got nothing in my bag.
These don't match.
Gotta go.
I'll be back.
Y'all gonna go get the supplies y'all need? Cool. All right. You going for what? Your 30-year college reunion.
No,
you is not that daggone. Oh, quit playing with us. 30-year college. You graduated from college when you was 2?
You mean you're 30? You mean she's 30 and she's going to her college reunion? She forgot a comment.
You forgot a lot of stuff, because I thought she was saying her 30th birthday, and then I read.
That's what it looks like too, but it can't be her 30-year college reunion.
Right, child. Who in their life has made it to 30?
Her 30-year high school, no, not even high school, her 30-year elementary school reunion. Maybe we'll believe that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
In
Well, congrats.
1994. All right.
Whoa.
Baby girl, you ain't looking like it. All right. So,
Wow.
you must have been 12 when you graduated. Go ahead then.
So now I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, wait a minute. I carried a 6, add a 2.
She must have been 6. She must have been 12 when she did it. Okay. Shoot. I don't know. But yeah. Well, congratulations. Have fun, child.
God bless you.
2-step for us. 1-2 step. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Wait, let me start doing the math. How close am I to my
You
30th college year reunion?
Well, there it is. So she's giving you some of her math, so that might help you a little bit with your math. I'm not gonna put her business up there.
Okay, Ravine. Well, you look great.
When she graduated.
You look great. Listen.
Child, I thought she was a whole little 30s. Don't play. Shoot. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold it. Nick and his lady. Tasia is so pretty. When she was sitting there just smiling, her little dimples was just shining. I was like, she is so pretty. Go away from her, Natalie, with this mess. You gonna make this lady look look mean and stuff. Her little dimples was just a smiling at Nick. And here comes Natalie with the foolishness. I'm glad she set her aside though.
Nick was kind of, hesitant to say the word marriage. He went all around the mulberry bush.
In the
that
beginning,
he said he was tired of mowing the lawn around. So it's no picket fence, but it'll probably be a condo. But what does marriage look like for him? I don't know.
A long dissertation essay, because child, when I say that in the beginning of this episode, I had to sit there and say Nick gave us the long answer to why he had to give us a long answer on why he still don't know. Where you gonna marry this lady? I'm like, hey, listen, it took him a while to realize he wanted to tell the group about her. So, get a man time. He moves at his own pace. Okay?
Yeah, it's only 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, let Kojo tell it. They know in the first 6 months. Let him tell it. So
they most do.
Yeah, and sometimes still don't move on it until they sure. So
because of that T word, testing you.
Yeah. Well, there's that. And sometimes they just want to get the rest of whatever foolishness out their system before, and then 14 years later.
Now he sees how she behaves around his friends and how she handles their messy behavior too.
Mm-hmm. So she might go ahead and get that ring. She might be getting it well. So I don't know.
And when if next year's their engagement party, Simon will come in another bird outfit.
Simon don't look like he invited back next year. If Bria's back, it don't sound like he coming back. She said she'll think about bringing him back ever again, even if they stay together. So I don't know. Maybe she'll bring some sleep support next year.
Oh, word on the curb is Nick and Tasia may not be together no more.
Oh, and damn it! This damn episode that messed it all up. You just went looking.
Yeah, I heard it from somebody else. They said that he removed her. Like, she's not on any of the Summer House stuff. She's definitely not on his page. Some people are like that, but yeah, in all the Summer House clips, I mean, I just scrolled through a few of them. Even the most recent one where he did the party. I don't see Tasia and her beautiful curls.
Or them
those pictures. No. Pretty girl, unfortunately.
Like that sometimes, or sometimes people just like to have the privacy of relationships. And next thing you know, they come out with a bigger surprise. I don't know. We'll see. You won, ladies. You won.
Yep. What the funniest thing was when he said to her, she hit him. I like Tasia. She's spunky, because he was like, "You need to get on the Arrington family plan," and she was like, "My last name is Burrows." And then he was like,
Do you want to change it? She's like,
"We know what it takes to change it."
It's funny because that's my niece's last name too. I wonder if she's related. But yeah.
She's
Is
not
Nick
on his Instagram, but Bravo is saying that they're still together. So,
well, because we're still going through the season, so they not
right.
gonna change a lot of their stuff right now. Oh well, you know, I don't
You
know.
win some, you lose some.
Yeah, public image is not for everybody, you know. When you become a public figure,
Exactly.
you know, it gets hard. It gets hard. Everybody starts creeping into DMs and telling you stuff and this, that.
Not everybody joins the family plan.
Nope,
Yeah.
not everybody does. And I
some
think
people just like to keep it off social media. Some people like to just thrive their relationship off social media. So
he did make that at first when he made that statement earlier about her, he was like, you know, I think, what did he say? His mother or somebody in his family told him, you know, a woman has to have that other thing. You know, they can't just be pretty, but they have to have the other. And then I had to like listen to it again. He was like, she has the
he has
other.
the
I
other.
was like, is he saying she's pretty and she has the other,
Yeah.
or she
He
just
said,
has the
Yeah,
that's what he was
I
saying.
rewatched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
He
rewatch
said,
it.
his mom says all women are pretty, but they have to have that other thing to go with it and stuff, and she has the other or whatnot. I mean, listen, some people's logic is that in order for your relationship to be real, it has to be all over social media. And some of us, you know, are the opposite. It's like I'd rather my relationship be real in real life, and social media could be whatever, you know what I'm saying? So there's two ways to look at it now. If he used to keep her blasted all over his page and now it's all taken down, that's generally a sign that it's not good or whatever. But sometimes some people just want their privacy and want to go back to their regular life. She's not technically a part of the show. And we already know once people start seeing you on the show, then they want to be all up in your life, your business, and doing the most. So sometimes what people will do to protect their partner's peace is just take them off of their page, just remove links to try to, you know, narrow down some of the people coming at them. And, you know, I think I need to have a talk about that because y'all stands be getting out of control now. Okay. We gotta work on this. We cannot be standing for people outside of God like this. Okay. Y'all don't go this hard for God. I don't even understand. Y'all be ready to throw down and act like y'all know these people firsthand. You know, that should be crazy. I'm about to have a live about this. I might go on members only live on that one. Shoot, we got to get to talk about some things. I got to be able to curse and stuff. Talk my ish. Show. But yeah. Ja, how you get on Millie? Millie is a whole nother show. Millie is pretty. Well, she is pretty, but that's never ever been, babe. All right. I don't know.
We go on tangent, so does he.
We're all going rogue. Meet me at the crossroads. Well, next week is the season finale, and it looks like it's going to be a promising episode. It looked like explosions going to be everywhere. Okay, take cover. That's all I can say, because I don't know. I don't know if Summer's going off. I didn't really see. Did y'all see Summer going off in the preview? I know I seen Bria. Summer was going off in a preview. Okay, so we got Summer going off, Bria going off, Amir going off. It looked like Bria and Nick still might be going off the way this one ended. Geez, okay. Well, we might not get a season 3.
No, please don't say that. We need a season 3. We want to support them. We want them thriving.
I want them to be back. I love this show, but I don't need everybody fussing and fighting.
Listen, that's what we do.
It could be a new group of friends. It could be a new group of friends.
No, not a new one.
No.
Why not?
No. That's how Ready to Love and those type of shows work. But
yeah, you got to have a consistent cast. It's too much to cut. Yeah, you know, maybe somebody can come and go, one or two, but you can't start fresh.
Well, how are we gonna be partying the baby crying in the bedroom?
Well, listen, she's gonna have to hire a sitter, a nanny, or something, and I've been saying
we don't have room for that.
Daycare.
We barely have room.
Not in the house.
Not in the house.
Well, how is she going to be with her child, and she can't be in the house?
Yeah, see, you know these mothers figured this out.
The child will be one at that point, and the
child.
Yeah, just like what Bria did that on Housewives of Atlanta. Like the person stays at a hotel or they stay at a something, like across the street, down the block.
But the child not gonna be one because they're gonna film this summer, so it'd be 6 months or whatever. But
maybe by the end of the summer, the baby will be 9 months or something. Who knows?
I don't know what kind of math you on, Sean, because she barely had the baby in January.
The baby was born in February.
Okay, 9 months by the end of the summer.
Oh, 7. All right.
I'm like, I don't know what kind of math you. It's already set up for you. It's already set up for you.
7 months, then dang it.
That's why I said it'd be around 6 months or so or whatever. But at the same time, yeah, the baby don't have to be there. They're only there for a good 2 weeks, and she could be like the other people before, be there for a weekend.
Yeah.
We got to go over here.
That could be part of her contract. They could, bring her, a nanny or her parents or whoever her close support system is.
They could stay on the bluff somewhere, but not necessarily there.
Yeah.
And then instead of worrying about her and Silas and their sounds, we're going to be complaining about baby crying.
Elle said, if you don't, you know what, you're making more out of this than, you know what I'm saying? I just want the show to come back.
So is ready to cancel the show. She's like,
I did not say that. I said in you cast, we need to keep Martha's Vineyard. We need to keep it. We don't need to keep this cast.
But do you know how difficult that is to start a show with a whole new cast for people to be invested? If people look how invested we are in the different people and the stories and who's who and what's what. For somebody to start that fresh, a lot of times people are like, when they do those shows like that.
Well, then can we trade some players? Can we do a draft?
I'm sure.
That's what Sean said. Get rid of one or two people.
Have somebody visit for a weekend, and
I meant draft like, Bria don't need to come back and, have Mariah instead.
No, Mariah can stay gone. I'm sorry.
Oh,
what is Mariah gonna do that's so great?
Well, we don't know, Sean, because we didn't get a chance to see her greatness.
I understand that, but
stop hating on Mariah. Stop being a Bria.
Hating on her.
Stop being a Bria stand. Stop being a Bria stand.
Stay on, okay? Just like Phil can stay on.
You're being elitist.
Huh? What'd you say?
You're being elitist. No, just that's the rumor.
See, we brought Noelle in. See,
Noelle.
The
rumor about why they're not there.
Noelle, we brought Noelle in. She's a great addition. So we could somebody else
can
go.
A little annoying too.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily Mariah either. I agree with Sean, not necessarily Mariah, but we do need to bring some fresh faces. Even if these people stay, we need some more weekend people. Because last year we kind of had more weekend people that came and go, whatever. I mean, Shanice was one of those people, and then we had Jason was his name. I keep forgetting the boy name, but we don't even know what happened back with him. We just need some people that come through.
That we get to know, because even these weekend people that came, we don't even know the folks that came to the next party.
Yeah, maybe some single people, like I know that's been a big ask, is a little more, some more single folks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Nick will officially be single this summer. So he can play like he wants to play.
Now we'll see if they complain about him being handsy.
Exactly. Now we'll see what the real deal is.
Right. Not the unmarried people. Really unmarried. Bring them unmarried. Why you gonna keep the one married couple off? That ain't right. They get, listen. I ain't trying to get a mayor out of a job. Now, I ain't trying to get a mayor out of a job, but they could send a mayor to the other summer house. Hell, if they want to bring somebody from the other summer house, they done voted. They have a poll between the cast on who they would bring from the other summer house over to theirs. And
I don't know, because Sierra is the other. She's a beautiful sister over there on the other summer house. She's from New York. She's from Atlanta, but lives in New York now too. But I don't know. She don't seem too friendly to me either. She reminds me a touch of Jordan. She got a little Jordan to her.
Ooh, that would be spicy with her and Alex. Alex like him like that.
But she's supposedly dating. There's a white guy over there that she's
Rena
dating.
Rome, that's half the cast.
Jordan, Alex, Amir, and Shanice can go. All caps. I see when in Rome's caps button is working well again. It's
get rid of Summer because she's blocking Alex.
So who's left?
Preston,
Alex, Nick,
Jasmine, Silas. If he's off deployment.
Oh, Bria. She didn't get rid of Bria. Okay.
She didn't get rid of Bria. No.
And then she need more men. Oh, she said get rid of Alex. So Alex is out.
Oh, yeah, she getting rid of Alex. Oh, so she's trading half the men.
Yeah, you could get rid of Summer. She needs to stay home and take care of her nana.
First, not forget about.
I'll keep Alex
because to take care of herself.
Right. I'll keep Alex because Alex will be keeping the girls in check sometimes. He be low and he be so sophisticated with the check, and he be like, "Look, baby girl, you know this ain't what you want." Like,
he's like, "Look, don't make me hurt your feelings for real." You know?
Right.
Yeah, definitely. That's when he said, "Listen, I can't answer that. I'm trying to cut this corner. I'm trying to turn this corner."
Right.
Turn the corner on the question.
Nah, if they bring Noel back, we got to bring Alex back, and we got to bring Alex back if they bring Noel back. So, and vice versa. I'm sorry, because
When in Rome is too much. We love you, When in Rome.
We do though.
Yeah, we need some eye candy. The ladies need eye candy.
Sean not too far from Summer House. He could slide on over there.
Yeah. Sean put in an application.
Go ahead.
You know what? Are they casting? I love New England. There's another island that's Block Island, which is in Rhode Island, but you can easily take a ferry. Oh man, that's another. I love that whole area.
You can give Amir a run for his money for the honorary Kappa.
Just don't look at Shanice and don't touch anybody and take out the trash. You'll be fine.
They'll be touching me. Don't you worry.
Oh, I likes. Amir gonna be mad with Sean over there. He can what? Y'all let him hold the cake?
I'll be cooking. I'll be out doing them in the kitchen. They'll be like, what?
He could cook too. That's some bullshit. He knows black trivia.
Oh man.
No, Amir will be like, what just happened?
Right.
Clueless. What just happened?
Yeah.
And he knows banking, so he understands my finances ain't adding up to her finances. This is some bullshit. I mean, I'd be mad.
Listen, there was a girl I was dating. I asked her to come over and watch Netflix, and she was like, "Oh, so you can have your hand all on my thigh?" I'm like, "Your hand's gonna be on my thigh, baby girl." So trust. You'll beat me to it. And guess what?
I'm gonna leave that alone, Sean. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's a members only live.
That's it.
At a later hour. It's too early in the day for this foolishness. Anyways, though, we have been here for no reason, just bumping our gums, just a little kiki because we been stopped talking about the episode about 30 minutes ago. Listen. Any other thoughts before we give last call around here? We done took all these shots, and we still stand in the mirror. Okay, know your liquor limits, sir. Know your liquor limits. And trust me, the only time I don't know mine is when I'm on vacation, especially in Mexico. However, I got good friends that make sure I get back to my room safely. So there's that. Ooh, thank God for them, because child, I blacked out in the club. I don't know what happened. That last shot, boy, it took me out.
We haven't experienced that, Jay. You've been
I know.
well behaved.
I know, because they didn't have no good shots. I don't want rum up in Jamaica. They were trying to give you rum all the time. Them tequila shots take you out though. And then it got to a point where I didn't even have the good. They gonna lie to me and tell us that they ran out the good tequila. And I was like, oh, y'all gonna give me this cheap stuff. Y'all want me wasted. So that's what they get. They had to clean up after me on aisle 6.
Like Shanice cleanup?
No, like a Shanice cleanup. Sure was.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think she can sit out a whole summer. I'm ready. I think Shanice can sit out.
She needs to, but she also needs her money. So there's a catch-22. Shanice.
Well, she got a job now, so she's good. I heard.
Let's hope she don't have enough vacation time for next summer.
Not you saying you hope her PTO runs out of.
It's a cold world, man. It's a cold world. Not over here when in Rome, over here quoting Bria.
Bria is a menace. I'm sorry. I'm thoroughly entertained by her sometimes. She was like, let it out.
Let it out.
While she's backing out the door.
Right. No, just say it. Let it out. Like, no, you try to edge him to say some stuff that you want him to say about Simon when you already said enough. Don't let that man. He ignored Simon already. Okay, let him be. Okay, he gave Simon the pass. You want him to say something so you can be like, see, Simon. That's what she was trying to get. I'm like, girl, go away. And trying to ease her way out the room so she don't have to address no more questions of, I said what I didn't say, but I said it.
And poor Milo was in her arms because she was holding Milo, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that dog, you have stressed that dog out.
That's why you ran.
I hope we find Milo. That child, that's my worst fear, is being somewhere and losing my dog. That is my worst fear. And Babby used to break out the house and be around the corner, and you be calling her name for like a cool minute. And she just stroll up walking. That is like my worst fear. I'm like, you don't.
Out here, when I used to have, when I had a small Yorkie, it was a fear that was real, because all of a sudden you'll be walking in the backyard and you'll just see a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are hawks around all the time.
Y'all got hawks and everything else in the. What did y'all got in the woods? That be snatching them daggone wolves or
Coyote.
Whatever. Coyote.
Yep, we have coyote around here. We have fox around here. And the dogs. We have a fenced-in yard now, but the dogs, they alert us when the coyote are around. But yeah, we had chickens, and one night before bedtime, one of the chickens was snatched, and we knew it was a hawk. So it's real.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be my worst, because every so often, I think she done put a little weight on, so the hawk might have a little battle. But
they could lift 5 times.
I know what they can lift. I'm trying to make she looking at me crazy. She looking at me crazy, y'all. Love you.
She's like, take it easy, Mom. Okay?
Right. She's like, I lost 2 pounds. Thank you very much.
Put my business out there. Don't body shame me.
Right.
So we're gonna put out a petition for Sean to join the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I could enter through. Because you have to always come in through somebody. Well, my good friend cut Amir's hair for the reunion.
Oh shit. We're gonna have to erase all this shit we done talked about Amir.
It's all right.
Get through Amir because all this stuff we done talked.
Natalie gonna tell him not to let him cut his hair again.
Right.
It was more of because I think where's Amir? Amir's in Dallas anyway. So yeah, he needed a good barber for while he was here for the reunion.
That's good.
So, but yeah, so maybe I could be like, you know what? Hey, I could be his replacement, but not tell him.
All right. Well, before we get Amir fired and Sean hired, let's give a last call around here. Let's get a last call around here. Any last thoughts before I let El Cid take over, Sean? All right. Show call, El Cid.
Just be mindful of the friends around you. Those may say they wish you well. They don't always have your best interest at heart. So sometimes you got to say, sorry, I can't talk to you. I got to take this corner, and you leave them behind. And some you got to take their words with a pinch of salt. Just be mindful that, all your friends are just friendly sometimes.
And then when they get friends, they're friendly, they get a little handsy. Like, y'all should get handsy now and go ahead and hit that like button, okay? Go ahead and take a page out of Nick's book and get handsy with that like button and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead. If you're really handsy, leave a comment. That's how show me how handsy you really are. All right, let's get a little freaky up in here. Be a fan. Be a fan like Kendrick says, okay? No, let me stop. Anyways, we about to get up out of here. Thank you all for joining us today on our review of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. We'll be back next Tuesday for the finale. And don't worry, we still have the reunion after that, so we won't leave y'all high and dry right away. But until next time, y'all have a great night, okay? And I'm going to leave y'all with a little something, because sometimes some people just need to mind their own business and stay out of others and stop causing carnage in other people's lives. If it's not about you, you shouldn't be up in it doing anything with it, okay?
Today's forecast looking real. That ain't got shit to do with me. Ish.